Hey guys, Hakeem here, back with some more magic. We're still testing out the Esper artifacts this week. We've got 4 lands, all tapped. We've got an Ethereum Sculptor, which lets us play a Glaze Fiend and a Tower Gargoyle on the cheap. And I've got black, white, black, white, black, blue, white, blue. So lots of good mana on the draw. Like to pick up a basic though, and get a Sculptor out on the second turn. But anyways, I think this is fine enough. You know, we're going to be a turn behind while we're playing against the Cloudfin Raptor, and he slammed that down pretty fast. So he's pretty excited. I can tell. He just went Island Raptor, boom. You know, like he didn't even wait. All right, so we picked up a Courier's Capsule, which is fine. But we're going to have to play an Arcane Sanctum here. Obviously, that's the one that gives us all 3 of our colors. But we're not going to be able to play a 2-drop unless we pick up a basic. So we're going to be a turn behind. But then Sculptor is going to let us do multiple things on the following turn. So now we're looking at a Radiant Fountain into Maritime Guard. So that's just a 1/3, but it's going to evolve his Raptor to a 1/2 flyer. So he's definitely on the aggro plan. Hopefully he can't evolve that Raptor too big. But you know, I've got a 4/4 that I can stick in the way if I can get there. So he's down to 4 cards in his hand, and we'll see what we manage to pick up off the top. It is a Sharding Sphinx. So we're just going to have to take a turn off here. Let's just get another blue source, black, yeah, white. We only need 1 white. Yeah, we'll go blue-black here. So now we have 2 black sources, 2 blue, and 1 white. Next turn we can play the Sculptor and another land. But, you know, we're a bit behind the 8 ball here on the draw and starting off with all these tap lands. I think I'm only playing 8 tap lands in the whole deck, so to see 4 in an opening hand, it's a little bit, you know, a little bit bad, but we had such good mana and some good creatures here that we're willing to take a turn off. But anyways, he's dropped Warden of Evocile, which is a new card that reduces the cost of his flyers by 1 colorless mana. So now he's got a nice bit of power in the air. Picked up a Mirrorsmith here. I've got to get this guy into play, and the only way that I do that next turn is to play Sculptor on this turn. So it's going to be Citadel and Sculptor on this turn, just because I need to get the 4/4 flyer out there, and then we'll go from there. It's unfortunate that the Mirrorsmith showed up so late, but I'll be able to, once I get a 4/4 flyer in the air, I think that'll stabilize me a little bit, and then I'll be able to start setting up Mirrorsmith, Glaze Fiend, and all that sort of stuff, and we'll go from there. So let's see, we're looking at a Triton Shorestalker now, so he's got an unblockable critter. Just a 1/1, but it's still a clock, and another Maritime Guard, but that one will not evolve his Cloudfin Raptor because it's already up to 2/3. So we're looking at 4 here. I can safely block the Maritime Guard since he's tapped out. So we're just going to take 4 in the air and go to 12. Okay, so he's got a big board. Nice big fat board over there. And we picked up a Sanctum Gargoyle. So we're just going to drop the land into play and get the 4/4 flyer for 3 mana because we need to put something in the way in the air there. Next turn we can play a Mirrorsmith and a Glaze Fiend and trigger the Mirrorsmith, you know, if we've got the right mana for it. We're on 12 life. He's got an unblockable guy. You know, if he's got a bounce spell for my 4/4, I'm in serious trouble. And now he's got another unblockable guy, so I'm on a bit more of a clock to that. And another Maritime Guard. He's down to 1 card in his hand, so I wonder if he just goes all in here and attacks with everything. Lets me pick off something because I'm on a fairly decent clock to those 2 unblockable guys. Yet to be perfectly honest, I am. So I've got to ratchet up my own damage output now fairly quickly. So we picked up a basic land. So let's see. We can get a Sharding Sphinx into play. We can do that. That's another big flyer. I can play Mirrorsmith, and then I can play Glaze Fiend for 1 mana, trigger the Mirrorsmith. Then I can play a Capsule, but I won't be able to get a Mirrorsmith trigger off of that. Those ground tokens really do me anything, or do I just jam another 4/4 flyer? Honestly, I think I have to jam another 4/4 flyer. But he's got 2 unblockables. He's got 2 unblockable guys. So I'm just gonna stay back here for another turn. But next turn I'll probably swing for 8. What are we looking at? Oh, Paragon. Oh fuck. It's pretty bad. We could just be dead here, but we're being certainly clocked out by the unblockable guys. So we're going to pick off here. We're going to pick off here, and what are we taking? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. Paragon. Okay, that was a well-timed Paragon. I gotta say, I can't kill him on this turn, so I'm just dead. I am just dead. Wish I had a time warp or something. But anyways, let's with the unblockable guys, there's nothing I can do, so let's just Mirrorsmith. You know, let's Glaze Fiend. Trigger the Mirror Smith. Yes. And, yeah, let's swing these two guys here. You know, hit him for 8. Make him watch all this. Two Sharding Sphinx triggers. Get a couple of 1/1 flyers. Trigger the Glaze Fiends. Not that it does anything. So, you know, if it wasn't for the unblockableness, you know, we'd not be dead. But those, man, a Paragon, I think. Anyway, I don't know why. Anyways, he's got unblockable dudes. So, I mean, that's the answer here. So yeah, mono blue aggro with Paragon. Just steamrolled me pretty quickly, actually. You know, maybe keeping a hand with all those tap lines. It was really slow. I was on the draw and didn't have a play until turn 3. So that's probably the killer right there. And you know, I guess he's bringing everybody because I do have mana open. But he only needs to bring his unblockable dudes. That's all he needs to do. Win the game right there. And bam! Well then. Good Saturday morning to you too. Holy fuck. That yeah, so playing against a monocolor aggro deck when I got a bunch of tap lands. You know, maybe it was a bad keep. I don't know. It was a slow hand. But it could be that the you know, the deck's lack of removal. When that Paragon came down, I was pretty much toast. All right, guys, I'm going to see if I can get another game and learn how to edit a video and stack it on the end here. So hopefully you see another episode or another gameplay after this one. Hey guys, we're going to try to recover from that beating to mono blue, you know, by playing another game here. On the draw, this time we've got Sculptor and 2 6-drops. Good mana, but I don't have a whole lot going on. So it's mulligan to find a fucking 5-land hand with a Bident and a Tower Gargoyle. Here we're looking at a Strix that we can't cast, so let's go to 5. Here we're looking, oh my god, like, really? Really? I'm not going, you know, I've got mana, and I've got a 3-drop. Honestly, that's all I need to keep this hand. So starts off with Plains into Elixir of Immortality. Oh my god, he's playing 67 cards. I guess that's not, you know, supremely terrible or anything, but you know, Plains into Elixir. He could be playing the life gain deck. Maybe Elixir has a home. I don't know. I don't see what it does in most of the decks that it sees playing. So he's playing Selesnya at the very least. Now he's played Forest. So I'm just going to get the Skull. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to get the Mirror Smith into play. And we're going to start this whole thing. So there's another little bit of subtle synergy with Esper Zoa and Mirror Smith. So Mirror Smith makes these tokens. Esper Zoa requires you to bounce an artifact, but if you don't want to lose too much board presence, you can just sacrifice an artifact to keep your Esper Zoa on the field every single turn. So he didn't make a turn 2 play, no raise the alarm, anything like that. But he is playing out a Mentor of the Meek, so he is most likely playing some type of weenie deck with Elixir. So right here, I'm going to play the basic because I want to play Sculptor and get a Mirror Smith token. So let's get 1 token out of this. Let's get our Sculptor down, and let's offer the trade here because Mentor of the Meek can, you know, Mentor of the Meek's card advantage can really kill you. So if he decides to take that trade, I'd be more than happy. And he doesn't because you know, I knew he wouldn't. So here we go. Next turn now, I've got the Sculptor and Mirror Smith combo on the board, which I really like. So I mean, I'm going to pay 1 less mana for this, and I can sink that mana into the Mirror Smith. Now he's got 2 Mentors and 4 mana, so you know, a Raise the Alarm here is going to get him 2 tokens and 2 cards. So maybe that's why he's decided to play these out. I don't like playing naked Mentors because that's where the removal goes first. But you know, whatever you want to do, pal, that's up to you. So let's Esper Zoa here. Let's Esper Zoa, and let's trigger the Mirror Smith. Make another creature, get a 4/3 flyer, and again, let's offer to trade a Mirror Smith for a Mentor of the Meek because I want that off the board. All right, he's not going to take it, so let's just play our tap land and go. Bad thing about, you know, the only thing about this card that I hate is that it's not an artifact itself; it's an Artificer. So I mean, if I lose it, Sanctum Gargoyle can't get it back. Now he's on 5 mana. He's going to play Crusader of Audrek. Unfortunately, it's going to be a 3/3 and not trigger either of his Mentors. So that's too bad for him. So here we have to bounce an artifact back to our hand with Esper Zoa. So I'm honestly going to bounce the Sculptor, not the tokens, because I can recast the Sculptor for 2 mana and trigger. Oh, okay. So now we've got a Sharding Sphinx. Okay, so let's swing in the air. Do we swing in the air here? I'm not swinging on the ground, obviously, because he's got a 3/3 Crusader. So let's just swing for 4. Let's do that. Put a little bit of a clock on him. Let's play a Sculptor. Trigger the Mirror Smith. And let's get our Sculptor back into play. I have some trouble here with that word this morning. I guess it's just, you know, because I just got up. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning here. What fucking time is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning. I got to get this recording done now because it's the wife and I. Today is our 7-year wedding anniversary. And we're going out of town. So that's why I got to get these games in early. So he just plays a doubling season. Now I want to keep my Sculptor in play because I've got the Sharding Sphinx, and so the mana reduction with 5 mana in play is going to let me cast it this turn. So I'm going to sacrifice that token, and I am just... We got picked up a Cloud Shift, that's pretty good. I'm going to tap out for a Sharding Sphinx pre-combat because when my Esper hits, I'll get a flyer. So let's just put that into play. We did trigger the Mirror Smith, but we didn't have the mana to pay for it, unfortunately. But let's just get on in here for 4. Take him down to 13. He's cracked his elixir, so maybe that 5 life is going to matter. Who knows? See what the doubling season does for him. If he casts Triplicate Spirits, that's going to be pretty bad. To see 6 flyers, enter the battlefield, that would pretty much suck. Actually, not gonna lie. So let's see. He's just gone. He just doesn't want to play now. Okay, cool. He's got 7 mana and a young wolf. I mean, I guess the doubling season means that when that thing dies, it comes back with an extra pair of counters. But why would he quit if he has a trigger for both of his mentors to draw a pair of cards? Now he's picked up Raise the Alarm. He's going to get to draw a pair more. I mean, he's just gassing his hand way back up. So, actually that's 8 mentor triggers, 4 on each one. And we got to watch them all, unfortunately. Maybe that's why he quit. He didn't want to watch all of his own triggers. But he's got a half-decent board there now. He's got an 8/8 and a whole bunch of 1/1 dudes. I mean, if he just draws a Beastmaster Ascension, then I'm just dead. So I don't know why he left the game right now. But anyway, we'll see. He's probably going to swing with the 8/8 here, but I can just take 8 because... Actually, no. I'll just jump block because I got no use for those 1/1 tokens anyway. Alrighty. Now he's going to convoke out a Triplicate Spirits. Why did this guy leave? Like, what is his problem? He's got 6 flyers now? Like, what the hell, man? I do not get it. Absolutely do not get it. Anyways, we got to watch. How many triggers do we have to watch? 6 on each one? Oh my god, this is obnoxious. Is Crusader's a 14 power dude? Yeah. Okay. Keep on coming. So I've got the Sanctum Gargoyle in hand. I'm going to swing with all my flyers. See if he like double, triple, quadruple blocks, whatever. If he stack blocks one of my flyers, I'll just use a Gargoyle to get it back. So we're going to have to bounce an artifact. Again, I'm going to lose the token here. Picked up another Ethereum Sculptor, which we can cast for 1 mana. But first of all, let's attack with the flyers. See how his flyers want to block. So we're swinging in for 9 here. See if he just takes it. So he's putting 3 on Esperzoa. He's putting 1 on there, and he's trading there. So we didn't get any Sharding Sphinx triggers. So we'll just cast Ethereum Sculptor for 1 mana. So let's think about this. If I cast this for 1 mana and trigger my Mirror Smith, that's 2 mana. Then I can cast this for 2 mana and hold Cloud Shift open. So let's do that. So let's do this. Pay 1. Make a token. Okay. And then let's go get back the Esperzoa. Not going to pay this trigger here because I want the Cloud Shift open. So let's put the Esperzoa back in hand. Actually, I can cast the Esperzoa right now for 1 mana. Honestly, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Rather than Cloud Shift, I'll get the 4/3 flyer into play. Alright, so we've reloaded the board, but took out 5 of his flyers. But again, a Beastmaster Ascension just fucking kills us. So, I mean, if that's what he's going to do, it's just game over. And he's got double Mentor, so if he's digging, good chance he's going to find it. It's Grazing Gladeheart. That is not a Beastmaster Ascension. But he's got a 10/10 over there. 10/10 is a pretty big game. And he gets to draw a pair of cards off it, so, I mean, those Mentors are pretty fucking annoying. Pretty annoying indeed. Got a lot of power in the air, though. 10. And now we're looking at Erase the Alarm. So that's going to give him 4 triggers on each of his mentors that we have to watch again. Okay. Alright. Come on. 2, 1. Blast off. Alright, so let's see how he attacks here. Definitely going to look at the 14-14 coming on in here. Just going to chump block that for days. But let's see what else he does with his tokens and whatnot, because I've got a lot of good blockers here, and he's tapped out. But he's doing a fine job here of digging for the Beastmaster Ascension. He's played a land to gain 2 off his Glade Heart. So that means it's going to take me even longer to kill him, which is annoying. I'm not going to lie, it's very annoying. Attack with your 14-14 AI. Come on, we know what's happening. All right, we'll just jump block here, and now we'll see what we pick up off the top. First of all, first things first, we have to. What do we pick up? Let's just pick up a Sculptor here since it won't be attacking. Picked up Master of Ethereum. That was a good draw. That was a good draw. So let's play the Sculptor. Trigger the Mirror Smith. Now we can cast Ethereum Sculptor for just 1 mana. Okay, let's use the black mana. So that gets us a 1/1. And now let's cast Master of Ethereum for just 1 mana. Trigger the Mirror Smith, and we'll have Cloud Shift open. Okay, and there is a nice buff to the whole team. We've got Cloud Shift. But again, you know, we're dead to a Beastmaster Ascension. So let's just come on in the air here for. That looks like 13, so I guess that that Glade Heart trigger saved him, plus the 5 that he gained from his elixir. You know, let's just come on in here. How come there's no damage? Oh, he's got a flyer. Yeah, he's going to block one of them. Okay, so now I'll only get 2 Sharding Sphinx triggers. That'll get us another 2/2 flyers because we've got the Master of Ethereum in play. So we've got a pretty wide board here. You know, big Master of Ethereum. But he's got a lot of dudes, and he's digging real hard with those mentors towards Beastmaster. So I mean, if that thing resolves, I'm just gonna cry. You know, I'll probably just go weep. It's a Mycoloth. See what it eats. It eats everything. Oh my God, he has a 40/40 Mycoloth. That's pretty huge. I don't think I've ever seen one that big because it doubles the counters, etc. He's gonna play land and go up to 9. He's still got no answer for what I've got going on in the air here. Got a lot of flyers here. And he just doesn't do anything. Could have a fog. You know, wouldn't put that past him. So let's bounce up an artifact to our hand. We're just going to take one of these ground artifacts and sacrifice it. Picked up a land, but you know, he's on 9. Not showing any life gain. Could have a safe passage or some nonsense. So I'm just going to swing. I guess they all generate flyers, so I'm just going to overswing a little bit here. I'm not going to bring my other 2/2 flyers, so I'm just going to come here and see if he has a safe passage or a fog or something like that, or if this just kills him. Alright, no, that just, you know, we managed to chump block that Crusader all day long, and he didn't find a Beastmaster. But, you know, okay, so after these 2 games, I think we've learned that other decks that put down boards are definitely problematic. I mean, this turn he had 2 double Mentor of the Meek, couldn't do anything. In the mono blue game, he just got off to a real fast start, and I couldn't stop him. You know, I mean, I was able to keep up with his board, but he just slammed a Paragon and killed me. This guy, you know, I mean, I was scared of Beastmaster Ascension every turn. He was drawn towards it. But you know, the artifact deck is capable of putting up some pretty big boards. I mean, the Mirror Smith is pretty good. You know, we didn't see a Glaze Fiend in either game. Well, actually, we saw it in the first game, but didn't cast it until near the end because we were trying to stabilize. But yeah, so I think the artifact deck is a good aggro deck. It's a bit slower than other aggro decks, so I think that's probably a weak matchup. You know, like I said, I've tried Ulcerate. It doesn't help. You know, if we're trying to beat other aggro decks, then taking a 3-life hit is not the answer. So I'm not sure what the removal of choice should be. I mean, I'd hate to play Righteous Blow. You know, I mean, right now I'm using Cloud Shift as some trickery. Maybe you know, maybe it's Swift Justice or something. I don't know. You know, I mean, white has Divine Verdict, which is 4 mana. I can't play that. You know, it's got to be cheap because this deck wants to spend all its mana on those triggers. So anyways, if you got any suggestions on how to improve the aggro matchup, obviously we want to minimize the amount of artifacts that we cut, but you know, maybe we can trim 1 Courier's Capsule or something like that. Maybe we can trim a Sanctum Gargoyle. You know, maybe even a Sharding Sphinx or an Obelisk could be on the chopping block. I don't know, just tell me what you think, and thanks for watching.